Hello and welcome. Today's chat will feature several speakers from the Inland Initiative for Energy Startups, Initiate. One of the biggest energy challenges today is the transition to renewable energy to substitute fossil fuels. So startups have and will continue to have a vital role in developing technologies for the energy system of the future. Initiate's mission supports this global challenge, as well as our new generation of energy innovators who will help shape our energy future, really. So first up, let's speak with our winner for the Initiate Future of Energy Startup Challenge. So in what ways do you feel continuous innovation and the development of new technologies will play crucial roles to drive the energy transition? And how can startups help be a part of that change?
Well, I think there is still a lot of room for improvement in the renewable energy sector. And in my opinion, the digitalization will take a lot of changes from the startups that is currently being implemented all over the world, not just in the Southeast Asian region. Another big challenge that I see, it is the storage. And I've also seen a lot of startups providing innovative solutions for this problem, for the storage of the renewable energy. And probably, in terms of the digitalization in the wind energy sector, I think that there will be more and more software solutions coming, more or less like ours, and more for the asset optimization, asset management systems, and of course, predictive maintenance.
So as the ASEAN region strives to reduce reliance on coal, accelerate the deployment of renewable energy sources, and improving energy efficiency, in what ways can agile startups transform the energy sector in ways larger corporations just cannot?
Yeah, startups and SMEs working in the renewable energy sector can play a huge part, right? To say that the large corporations, major renewable energy developers, or major energy companies in each of these Southeast Asian countries have the renewable energy and energy transition figured out is, by no means the case, right? So we're hoping to grow the pie as well as grow the number of players who are participating in this industry. So that's the reason for encouraging so many new SMEs. Currently, we're running programs just focusing specifically on developing rooftops solar segment. So encouraging trainings, technical trainings, business trainings for companies who want to pivot or get into the solar sector. And figuring out how to scale that up in a massive way across different countries. Also planning for programs focused on energy efficiency and how to enable technical training and business training to enable more energy auditors, managers, ESCOs, and we'll be looping in banks and other stakeholders to enable the industries to grow as well.
It really takes a village, especially with this complex challenge. So in your perspective, what does the future hold for energy systems in the region, do you think?
I think my perspective that the energy system, I think also from my country, we have in 2025, we're hoping that we're going to change from coal into renewable energy to 23% or 35%. I'm also hoping that in Southeast Asian that we're going to less use coals and other type of unrenewable energy. So I'm really hoping that there are a lot of movements that we're trying to do now, like also in this event, we're talking about all types of renewable energies like solar, hydro, geothermal, and I'm hoping that this energy system will totally change by 2050. I hope I believe that we also can do it by if everyone's moving, if everyone's helping towards that target. I think we could change the energy system sooner or later.
But Tim, so you're in Singapore. So how is the startup scene in Southeast Asia different, would you say, from the rest of the globe?
Yeah. So I would say, there's not just one center. And I think that's happening as well in other key markets. People think of Silicon Valley, but there's plenty of energy innovation happening in Texas and on the East Coast as well. So in this part of the world, there's innovation happening in each city. and different levels of integration. Quite often the universities, as I mentioned before, are trying to build out R&D and commercialize it. There are incubation opportunities and accelerator opportunities, and I work with some of those here in Singapore. There are also grant calls where companies or even ministries will put out grant calls for solutions, and those are great ways of getting in front of people. Even if you don't make it through to the final round, you'll understand the country a lot better by participating in those. And sometimes I'm finding that people don't make it through to the final, but then around the houses, you can actually have a conversation and say, well, actually, you really do need this. And you say, okay. So I think looking out for those, and there are a lot. So in Singapore, which I know best, some of the international companies who've got regional head offices here have set up incubators. They're looking at solutions for energy. They're looking at solutions for smart cities. And of course, the national companies who are based here as well are doing the same thing. And when it comes to energy sector, I would say don't restrict yourself to energy. Like Singapore has got a big airport, it's got a big port. There's a big maritime decarbonization center that's just been launched in Singapore. What's decarbonization mean? Well, it's taking carbon molecules out of the energy system, right, in the value chain. So look across different industries and see how those solutions might apply. So don't just restrict yourself to the energy sector.